Have you ever asked a question about stunting? Or have you ever got a question about stunting? Do you know what is stunting? Is there any stunting cases in our country? How much? To answer those questions, I would like to present my presentation on pediatric nutrition with title Global and Regional Stunting Prevalences and How to Decrease this Case by Providing the Right Food. Before we begin, I want to highlight exactly what I want you to take away from this presentation. First, stunting and global prevalences. Second, stunting prevalence in Asia. Third, factors that can trigger stunting. Fourth, effects of stunting. Fifth, providing nutrition in toddler. Sixth, how to prevent this case. And the last, conclusion. Everyone, what do you know about stunting? Stunting is a condition that causes children to have growth issues because of malnutrition. Stunting is a global problem because this case affects many children all around the world. In the range year 1990 until 2013, the stunting prevalence decreased from 39.9% to 24.5%. The number of children that are affected decreased from 257 million to 161 million. It means in the 23 years, there is 15.4% or 96 million decreases. While in Asia, in the range year 1990 until 2013, the stunting prevalence decreased from 47.6% to 25.3%. The number of children that are affected decreased from 191 million to 91 million. Let us take a look to some countries in the Southeast Asia. Stunting prevalence in Indonesia reached 37%, while in Malaysia 29.2% and in Singapore only 5%. Indonesia is the fifth country with highest stunting case with children under 5, while Singapore percentage is the lowest among the world. There is so many factors that can trigger stunting. In general, stunting can be triggered by maternal factor, home environment, food quality, breastfeeding, economy, education, society, and culture. But the factor that can trigger stunting in Jakarta is instant baby food and instant porridge, rarely feeding frequency, smaller portion, lack of diet diversity, insufficient iron intake, low economic status, low education, and mother has to work so they have no time. Stunting can give bad effect to our children. In the short term, stunting can make children stunted, thin, and have growth disorder. In the long term, stunting can make children get sick easily, such as meningitis, pneumonia, tuberculosis, hepatitis, diarrhea, and others immune disorder. The parents have to provide their children with the right food, so they will not grow with stunting. Infant aged 0 until 6 months, nutrition for them is breast milk or whole cow's milk. And the toddler aged 1 until 2 years, the nutrition for them is fresh food, minimally processed food, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. If there is no problem with the mother and their breast milk, the mothers are recommended to give their baby an exclusive breastfeeding from the first 6 months of life. And breastfeeding should be continued up to at least 12 months until 24 months. The study proved that toddlers with non-exclusive breastfeeding period and early cessation of breastfeeding has higher risk of stunting. Whole cow's milk are not recommended given to toddlers except there's a problem with the mother and their breast milk. Fresh food are given to toddlers in case to avoid vitamin decreases. The food are given to toddlers better if minimally processed food. It means little or no added sugar, salt, and fat. Fruit, for example banana, papaya, and apple, are contain so many vitamins and minerals, so that will really good for the toddler. Vegetables, especially green leafy vegetables, are contain non-dairy calcium, so it is really good for the toddler growth. Learn protein is good for toddler because it contains high in protein but low in fat. Whole grain contain complex carbohydrates, so it is good for toddler too. Multivitamins should be taken for infants with growth issues and unbalanced diet, but healthy children do not need to take multivitamins. To prevent this case, there is some action that parents can do to prevent this case. The parents can measure their children once a month, monitor their child's growth, and give them exclusively breastfeeding. And World Health Organization makes some action like establish a target to reduce 40% stunting cases all around the world by 2025 and makes the height and weight limit for the toddler. After all, from those above, we can make a conclusion that stunting is a global problem that we cannot underestimate. Stunting is often difficult to be recognized. There is so many factors that can trigger stunting. If the children grow with stunting, there is so many effects in a short term or a long term, and that will be very serious and dangerous for them. So, to prevent the children to grow with stunting, the parent have to give them exclusively breastfeeding and give them the proper nutrition. That's all for me. Thank you.